Why have JUULs and e-cigarettes become such a big fad among teens, and what are the health risks? What is a JUUL? A JUUL is an alternative to smoking cigarettes. Like cigarettes, it contains nicotine, but it does not contain the component tobacco. A JUUL device has a similar look to that of a USB and dissolves oil from pods, which is then quickly evaporated into the air. Pods inserted in JUUL devices contain either 3 or 5% of nicotine. Pods come in a variety of flavors, including mint, mango, tobacco, menthol, creme brulee, fruit medley, and cucumber. A single JUUL pod contains the same amount of nicotine as one full pack of cigarettes. The JUUL is thin, light, and easily transportable, and barely requires any maintenance at all.
A common question is, why has JUUL become so appealing to adolescents? JUUL has been described as the iPhone of cigarettes, according to one of the studies that we looked at. It's modern and user-friendly, and it requires only a sliding pod flavor to deliver nicotine. JUUL is shaped like a small USB, which proves its efficiency and easy use. Other reasons why adolescents are drawn to the JUUL are due to the experiencing of a head rush that they receive after inhalation of nicotine. They are also drawn to the JUUL due to its product characteristics, including the flavors of the pods and the shape of the device, peer influence, concealability, and comparisons to other e-cigarettes. Due to the small and slim design of the JUUL, it makes it very easy to use in different places around schools, home, and other places, and its limited edition colors such as red and silver and matte black can be enticing to students as well. Throughout a variety of studies, the demographic of JUUL users have been narrowed down to ages 18 to 24 that are most likely to recognize the JUUL device, as opposed to 15 to 17-year-olds. Of this, males were more likely to recognize the JUUL when compared to females. Also, the product contains nicotine flavors, which block the taste of the drug nicotine, causing attraction to adolescents under and over 21 years.
There are many factors that influence adolescents' JUUL use. A main factor is social media. Recent studies show that JUUL's Twitter is being followed and retweeted by adolescents, and the results of this study suggest that when a message about e-cig from JUUL reaches adolescents, it will then be spread to many other adolescents. Exposure to e-cig marketing increases the risk that adolescents will use them. Another main factor is peer influence. Adolescents were found to be more likely to start using a JUUL if their friends were using it. Adolescents are more likely to JUUL also in the presence of others. This relates to societal norms and just curiosity of adolescents wanting to JUUL because of the people around them and their peers JUULing, and feeling encouraged by their peers to JUUL. Another factor that influences adolescents' JUUL use is lack of knowledge and education. Most adolescents do not know the true strength of nicotine levels in the device. Adolescents who use JUULs are unsure about what chemicals it is composed of. Researchers conducted a national survey which says that 10% of 15 to 24-year-olds ever used a JUUL, and only 37% of those people were aware nicotine was in it. This proves to the lack of knowledge that is given to people that are getting involved in using JUULs. And this is a huge issue in why adolescents are feeling influenced to use JUULs. There are also many health risks of JUULing. As I explained in the last slide, there's a lack of knowledge of these health risks, which is a huge issue for adolescents who are going into JUULing at a young age. There's increased risk of cigarette initiation, frequent use of cigarettes, increased risk of nicotine dependence, exposure to toxic chemicals, and continuous use of this product can lead to respiratory issues, phlegm, congestion, persistent cough, bronchitis, and a burning sensation throughout the throat area. Also, recent studies have found chemical toxins in urine and showed that nicotine affects the brain's development of adolescents.
Health risk of JUUL use. JUULing can affect the pulmonary system, the immune system, and the central nervous system. For example, chronic tissue irritation and inflammation are detrimental to overall health. Not only the lung tissues, but also the esophageal and nasal tissues are adversely affected. The use of the JUUL is considered to be a gateway device, which can lead to another addiction. The use of this product causes toxic chemicals to be released, along with the nicotine, which results in an increased heart rate and blood pressure. Why adolescents dislike JUUL. Students reported not liking the JUUL for reasons such as giving them a headache, making them jittery, the pods being too expensive, nicotine content was way too high, and that there were not enough flavors.
These are some statistics that our group has found concerning teen JUUL usage. Electronic cigarettes, especially the JUUL, have seen a significant increase in popularity since their release in 2015. As of February 2018, JUUL showed a 49.6% dollar share and 31.1% unit share of electronic nicotine delivery systems. High school student survey results on their perceived level of nicotine in a JUUL pod. 10.5% of students reported a low nicotine level, 26.9% reported a medium nicotine level, and 31.3% reported a high nicotine level. 31.4% of these students did not know. E-cigarette use among youth is common, with rates of use increasing from 1.5% in 2011 to 20.8% in 2018. These are some prevention aspects that our group has come up with regarding teen JUUL usage. More restriction for access of tobacco brand social media sites. More prevention of JUUL content and discussions online. Educating adolescents in the school system. Educating parents on the harmful effects of JUUL as well. And implementing policy implications for schools and other public institutions.